Alright everyone, so today we are going to be making a landscape composition. I wanted to start out by finding the center of my page, or close to the center, it doesn't have to be the exact center, and draw my horizon line in with my ruler from one side of my page all the way to the other side. And then I'm going to make a kind of a jagged line for my foreground. And that is going to set us up for the foreground and the middle ground and the background. Next, I am going to draw a tree in the foreground. So that tree is going to be nice and big. You're going to want to have a lot of details in it because it is in our foreground, and things that are in the foreground are going to appear much closer to us than things in the middle ground or things in the background. So we want a lot of detail in that tree, and I'm just going in, adding some branches, adding some details, put a little value shade in there, and then I'm adding some leaves in there as well, just by kind of making little pencil marks, and then I'm kind of just drawing a shape for the leaves that are coming off the branches there. So next I'm going to work into my middle ground, and I'm just kind of adding a forest line in right above the horizon line there, and then I'm going to put a tree right in the middle ground, adding some branches. I want you to notice how much smaller these trees are than the tree in the foreground. This is going to give you like a nice illusion of space and help to separate between your foreground, your middle ground, and your background. So I'm just adding some branches to my trees, maybe a little shrub in the background there. And then I'm just kind of coming back into my foreground, and I'm working some rocks in. So next I'm going to be adding a couple of mountains into my background. So I'm just kind of starting out with some rolling hills here in the background, adding a little bit of a tree line again. And now, so everything, what the background is, it's everything that is behind that horizon line. So anything behind that horizon line is going to be my background. So there's a shape that I'm drawing for the mountain. And then I'm just adding some smaller hills into that background again. So the smaller hills will give shape and kind of add depth to the larger mountains in the background. Next I am just kind of making a nice little outline for a big mountain that I put in the background of this drawing. And I'm just kind of using like a jagged line to create that mountain. Alright, so next I'm going to be making some grass in my foreground. So everything that I put in this foreground is going to be bigger than anything in the middle ground or background. So I'm making these blades of grass nice and big, so they're going to contrast with that middle ground and create some space. So next I'm drawing some grass or some foliage in the middle ground, just using small little pencil marks to kind of indicate how that grass is going to look. And that's going to be a nice contrast to how the big blades of grass look in my foreground. It's going to create a nice sense of space within my composition.